So to summarize all that we've worked on of these fearless episodes, I think it would be fun to recap in a way that looks back on our younger selves. What can we learn from our younger selves? Or in this case, about fearlessness from the girls in our programs. When asked what does fearless mean to them, one of the girls said, "I think fearless means that you're willing to try new things. I don't think it means that you're not afraid to try anything." This is a great one to think about when we talk about fear of failure, perfectionism, and growth mindset. You can still be scared to try new things, but if you're a little bit kinder on yourself and recognize, I'm scared, I'm gonna try, but I'm gonna learn from this experience, you're gonna grow faster, stronger, and more resilient. The next quote on fearless leadership: "It's okay to be yourself and to know that some people are gonna be better at other things." Fearless girl, age 9. That's a great one when we're talking about teamwork and leadership. It's perfect to be yourself. In fact, it's incredibly important to be yourself. And when you recognize that there's room for others to have strengths and others to come on your team and make room for their own leadership style, you're creating a really powerful space and a really powerful team. On sharing your story, I liked knowing that I wasn't alone and everyone was so supportive. I'm always blown away when I share my story, how many people relate to it, and how when other people share their stories, they're pieces of their journey that I can relate to too. So the first thing I want you to work on, get comfortable sharing your goals, your stories, and your fears. If you're ever too nervous, thinking I'm alone in this, go back to the sheets you created. What team did you build, and what tools do you have, and who's in your network to tackle the fears that you have? Continue growing into that fearless leader that you want to be, and allow space for others to do so too. Every week, take one more word from that bubble that you made around your fearless leader and make an actionable step towards it. Like I said, maybe it's listening. Maybe you're reading on how to be a better listener or watching a YouTube video. Or maybe you want to be more comfortable being a little more free with yourself. Take a dance class. Go back to the very first actionable step that I said. Find your teammate who's going to go to that dance step with you. Start taking these small steps towards creating a more fearless future. Get comfortable telling your story to anybody who'll listen, and find your medium. And by medium, I don't mean, well, I could mean, maybe it's a pen and paper, maybe you're vlogging, but also find out in what areas do you feel most comfortable telling your story. For me, I can tell you the first time I told somebody about Project Fearless, I was on a run. When I'm physically doing something, it really allows me to feel confident in my body, and it allowed me to kind of create a space where I felt strong, but also vulnerable enough to share this. This may sound silly, but every week in our programs, we celebrate our weekly wins. There is nothing too big, too small, or too mundane to celebrate in your weekly win. Find somebody who cares, somebody who will cheer you on, or even just a journal that you want to reflect on and write some exclamation points and draw some smiley faces next to. In your weekly win, I want you to really focus on your doing, less of the achieving. I'd rather hear that you say, "I tried to skateboard," than "I did skateboard." Really focus on that growth mindset and focus on the process. The third thing is a visualization exercise that somebody gave me. I remember when I first started Project Fearless, or before I started Project Fearless, and I needed to start asking for things. I needed to start asking for help from people. I needed to start asking for donations, for money. And I was terrified. Was I worthy? Was the impact worthy? For some reason, for me, it really felt like it was coming from me asking them. And that was really scary for me. So I had a lovely person who helped me, who gave me this visualization exercise. And it removed me from the story. The exercise goes as follows. Think about the impact you're trying to make, or think about the goal you're trying to reach. If you were to reach that goal or your impact, think about all the people who you'd help. So close your eyes and really think about this. For me, I thought about the first 20 girls who'd come through our program. Then she said, think bigger. Think about those 20 people. If you're creating a ripple effect, who are those 20 girls that are gonna help? So if my goal was that these 20 girls felt authentically themselves and they could help others be themselves, hopefully that would multiply. So now I have 40 girls standing behind me. Now think about their families, and that impact wave got bigger and bigger. This is something I still go back to and visualize. If I'm ever scared about what I'm about to do next, or nervous to ask for something more, I think about who's behind me, who is my team, who is this impact really going to help? And that makes me feel brave enough to ask for what I want. Over the last episodes, I outlined 4 ways that you can become your more fearless self. The first is finding your team. The second is recognizing your perfectionism, your fear of failure, and overcoming these with your growth mindset. The third is working on becoming a more fearless leader. And the fourth is getting comfortable sharing your story, finding your voice, and recognizing your impact. I want to wish you luck in going out and finding your most fearless, authentic self. It may not be easy, but I promise the process is worth it. Be kind to yourself as you learn. I'm going to leave you with a favorite quote from my personal role model, an animated character who drives a magic school bus. Take chances, make mistakes, and get messy. The last thing I want to add to that is grow. Take chances, make mistakes, get messy, and grow.